Hey gang, it's Seth. I wanted to talk about Charlottesville. So, in light of the outbreak of the debacle there, um, I want to say first I'm saddened by the loss of life and my condolences and heart goes out to anyone involved, anyone who was hurt or lost their life. That's never a good thing. Next, I want to say this out loud and clear. America is not a racist country. It's not rampant with white racists, black supremacists, Asian isolationists, or any other demographic in that manner. It is true, racism is not dead. Neither is polio, but that doesn't mean we're amidst an epidemic of polio. There's not outbreaks of polio. We're not accusing everybody of having and spreading polio. Right now, the media, political parties, both sides of the aisle to more or lesser degrees, advocacy groups and others have interests in fabricating things they that they fight for in the interest of self-preservation. If the things they were created to fight and combat were all of a sudden gone, we won, and I said this in another video, if those issues and problems were not there in abundance, why would we need those groups? Why would we need the media? They're fabricating nightmares, boogeymen, and illusions in the interests of their own livelihood at the expense of unity, the expense of tolerance, and as evidenced yesterday, as, the very lives of Americans. They're willing to sacrifice that. So start thinking. I want you all to pay attention and focus on how many white people you see celebrating things that happened yesterday. I'm going to venture not many. I'm going to venture you have to go to Twitter where people go out and push them out, and even then they're probably a minority of cases. Um, or look very hard for it, or go specifically to whitesupremacist.com or something like that. So there are not many people out celebrating this. And those that are not representative of rational, tolerant people like me, like lots of others. If you do go on Twitter, bless you, Facebook, whatever, Instagram, the news. If you talk to people, go talk to one of your white neighbors and say, hey, how about those the incidents yesterday? I'm sure that they will denounce it. Whites all over America, white Christians, white conservatives, white atheists, white liberals, condemn the violence and are mourning the dead and injuries. They're not out celebrating anything. Again, this is not an issue of whiteness. It's against the powers that be trying to divide us. I saw in the news yesterday that a helicopter crash happened again, which went up to my loss of life. With the several of the titles of articles subtly saying it had something to do with the white nationalists. Like really, like their white privilege pulled the helicopter down. Is that what happened? They pulled out a Stinger missile and shot it? No. Are feminists responsible for the police officers who get hurt at their rallies? Is BLM responsible for the property damage that happens that's outside of their rallies? No. No. Media will never say that because it's different for white people. This loss of life, the pilots specifically get into tragedy. But similarly, if I beat up my wife, again, I'm going to say that because I don't have one, so I can hypothetically say that, and the police officers are on my way after she calls the police or a neighbor calls the police, and that police officer goes and their tire blows out and they crash into a ditch and die. Am I responsible for the one that caused the incident? No. There are unfortunate events that happen all over, and if anything is to blame, in this case, it's mechanical failure, awful luck, and coincidence. With these individuals and their families, again, my hearts and condolences go out. Now, here's some of the things I want to focus on, okay? If you disagree with an ideology, remember these two things. You will not change the person with violence. If anything, by smacking them in the head, kicking them, pepper spraying them, you're going to cement their position. You're going to create less likelihood that they are willing to sit down and even talk with you or entertain you, because they know next time they try that, what's going to happen is going to be them getting punched, beat up, shot, pepper sprayed, whatever. So why would they even come to the table to talk to you? And that's both from left to right, right to left, or from the center going either way. You will not change. And the second thing is you won't change those individuals. The key to battling ideologies is to focus on the fringe, in the gray. You battle by engaging with those people, by engaging the people you disagree with in front of others who can watch both sides play out. And if your ideas are more logical, more sane, more beneficial to society, more positive, whatever term you want to use or whatever your agenda is, it will show to those people. But you'll never walk away from that debate with that person saying, oh man, yeah, whites are superior. Or I'm sorry, whites aren't superior in this case. But similarly, like I just kind of said, you're not going to walk away from that saying, yeah, whites are superior. This should be a white nationalist country. The point is not always to change that person. You want to create an audience and let those people get involved vicariously through your debate and let them formulate their opinions. So again, just like you'd never change them, you will never be changed by them. They'll probably never be changed by you. You got to focus on what's going on around it. This is hard for people to hear, but I'm going to say it anyway. The white nationalists, the white supremacists, whatever, they are not responsible for what happened, and they did nothing wrong. Nothing, at least that I can hear so far. And I don't mean that in terms of individuals. I want to focus that. So if there was some guy who beat up someone or broke something, or that the car incident, which I'll talk about separately when more facts come out, I don't know. But I'm talking about the entire movement. They were permitted. They didn't go there to enact violence. They didn't enact violence. They generally don't, which is one of the, I don't want to say it's sad that these people aren't enacting violence, but marching, protesting, rallying, organizing, spreading your ideas, showing support, it's not about only doing it when it's socially acceptable. It's not about doing it where and when it's tolerated. It's the exact opposite. I don't agree with their ideas, but I believe that they should be able to do what they want with them. If they're not marching through the streets enacting crimes on people, they should be allowed to. Similarly, if it was a feminist movement, which I disagree with, if it was a BLM movement, if it was La Raza, if it was, I don't even know if there is some Asian separatist movement, I would support their right to free speech and assembly. What a weirdo. Okay. Now I'm going to say this again. This is something else that's hard for a lot of people to hear. I am proud to be white. I am proud to be American, and I'm proud of my Polish heritage. I'm proud to be a veteran of the Marine Corps. I'm not racist. I do not hate minorities. I do not think my race is superior. I do not want to drive out all the other groups here. But I will not let an incident like this and people like this shame or silence me with my beliefs, and I will not stop being proud of my whiteness and my white heritage because of this. I will not let a bunch of white people with different beliefs and ideologies than me hijack and represent my pride. Absolutely not. And neither should you. Thanks, gang. Go easy.